Good news in history, September 20 to 164 years ago today, Robert Bosch, founder of the corporation Robert Bosch GmbH, was born in Ulm. One of the most important German industrialists of the 19th and 20th centuries, Bosch and the engineers at his company pioneered the high-voltage magneto ignition system that created the first commercially viable spark plug for internal combustion engines. Bosch launched other automotive innovations like diesel fuel injection, and by 1920 was present on every continent. One of the most responsible companies in Germany, Bosch introduced the 8-hour workday and other early employment benefits, while donating all the proceeds from the lucrative munitions contracts he received from weapons manufacturing in WWY to charity. The company today is worth 91 billion and is the world's largest automotive parts manufacturer. Read more about the man behind this famous brand in 1860 and Robert Bosch in 1925. Along with studying at the University of Stuttgart in precision machinery, Bosch lived in New York City working under Thomas Edison. In the 1920s, the global economic crisis caused Bosch to begin a rigorous program of modernization and diversification in his company. In only a few years' time, he succeeded in turning Bosch GmbH from a small automotive supplier into a multinational electronics group. Though losing all his trading partners and affiliates during and after the war, Bosch was able to rebuild the empire of trading partners until it was the largest automotive supplier in the world. Like many great capitalists, Bosch became politically active in his 60s during the interwar years when he bent every effort to create peaceful, long-lasting economic relations between the previous enemies of Germany and France. He hoped to create a European economic zone, which would eventually be realized long after his death. In Wikipedia, a section on Bosch GmbH's activities between 1930 and 1945 is marked as Nazi collaboration, but based on Bosch's personal conduct during the time, that's probably better described as Nazi subjugation. The Third Reich put a clampdown on the corporation's peace advocacy and relocated the armaments division further into the country's interior, where slave trains made critical components for tanks and aircraft. Bosch, however, secretly supported the resistance against Adolf Hitler, and together with his closest associates, saved victims of Nazi persecution from deportation. In 1967, Bosch had restructured his company as a private limited company closed corporation. In his will, he stipulated that the earnings of the company should be allocated to charitable causes, hence the Robert Bosch Hospital in Stuttgart, the city where he built his first factory. Bosch also introduced the corporate constitution, which remains in effect today, and in 1962 all his wishes were made manifest in the Robert Bosch Stiftung, which by 2017 had provided 1.6 billion euros in funding for social, cultural, and scientific causes designed to benefit society. More good news on this day. The American commander John Paul Jones was said to have declared, "I have not yet begun to fight." During a Revolutionary War naval battle with a Peninsula 16 of years ago, Ray Charles, the American singer, songwriter, musician, and composer, was blind since childhood and pioneered the genre of soul music by combining rhythm and blues, gospel and blues. Was born 1937. The Arabian National Day celebrates signification of a silent movie star Charlie Chaplin returned to his native England after 21 years. 1980, in Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts in New York City opened its first venue, Philharmonic Hall, now Avery Fisher Hall. 1960, the Jetsons first aired Hanna-Barbera cartoon and the first color series of the ABC's TV network. 1960, the box top started a 4-week run at No. 1 on the US singles chart with The Letter, one of the most recognizable pop songs, which sold over 4 million copies, and 2 Grammy nominations, and became the top 10 hit for Joe Cocker. 1960, Mozilla's Firefox web browser, the fastest and safest browser until Chrome came along, was born. Version 0.128 years ago today, the Nintendo company was founded in Kyoto for lovers of Super Mario Bros. Popman, Zelda, and all other contributions from the third great pillar of console video gaming. It might be surprising to know the company, founded by Fusajiro Yamauchi, essentially predates home electricity. They did, however, open a shop selling entertainment in the form of the Japanese playing card game Hanafuda. The Nintendo Kyoto shop, Kyoto, 1889. The Hanafuda card game they manufactured was one of the only tolerated forms of gambling during the late 19th century. A Nintendo is thought to mean the Temple of Free Hanafuda, referring to this illegality. The cards were about the size of Western playing cards, only thicker and with nature images like koi cranes and fish on them. Nintendo survived in a difficult environment as the cards were a niche market with a long product life and an expensive manufacturing process. They continued to survive as a business through a new tax on playing cards, the Russo-Japanese War, and a decision that Mr. Yamauchi had to make adopting his son-in-law, so the business could continue to be registered as a family-owned company. Following World War II, Nintendo still controlled a large market share in playing card manufacturing, and with grandson-in-law Hiroshi at the helm, they contracted with Walt Disney to put Disney characters on card sets. Hiroshi also changed the name from Nintendo Corridor to the Nintendo Playing Card Co., and then a second time to Nintendo Co. Limited when he took the company public. More troubles persisted in a changing market, but by 1978, the integrated circuit had been invented, as had the electronic screen and all the other components that would allow Nintendo to start making video game consoles. And the rest, they say, is history. 158 and happy 40th birthday to Hassan Minhaj, the comedian, writer, producer, political commentator, and actor that was named in the Time one of the most influential people in 2019. His Netflix stand-up comedy special Homecoming King garnered rave reviews and won him a 2018 Peabody Award. Jon Stewart hired the first-generation American to be a correspondent on the comedy news program The Daily Show in 2014. In 2018, he hosted the